Off playing hero again, are we, Delius? He hears a voice say from nearby. Feminine. That of a woman that he's familiar with, as he turns to see Jirara, his closest friend since childhood, as well as his future wife, smiling and approaching. You know, people are beginning to say that you're too good at your job. You're so busy protecting everyone that none of the other warriors even get the chance. Hey, that's not my fault, Delius replied to Jirara. Maybe they should be more diligent. I highly doubt that diligence is the issue, Jirara replied. After all, it normally takes 3 men to best a beast like that. And yet you do it single-handedly. The greatest warrior in generations. Or so they say. You know, you really should have more of an ego, with all the praise they heap on you. An ego wouldn't do me any good. What purpose is an ego in combat? It's just a weakness. I haven't the time for it, Delius replied. You know, some say that women are a weakness too. Do you not need us? Should I perhaps arrange a different partner? Hey, don't get carried away now. I may be a warrior, but I'm still a man. I have no intentions of forsaking my manhood in exchange for greater power. I don't care how great it is. You'd better not, mister, Jirara said, wrapping her arms around him and giving him a kiss on the cheek. So, what are you doing over here? Aren't you supposed to be helping with the festival preparations? Delius asked. Yes, actually. I just got called away for a moment. You couldn't be found anywhere. So, of course, they came and got me. Because, as always, I'm the only one who can ever track you down. It's like I have a sixth sense for where you're gonna be. Everyone else usually ends up chasing their tail the entire day when they go looking. So someone wants to talk to me? Yeah, the village elders. I think they're starting to get worried. The time between the quakes, it's getting shorter. The oldest of the village are beginning to mutter that Okara will be waking up soon. Yes, I've been hearing the rumors as well. The elders are quite concerned about it. Those old legends, Delius replied, beginning to look down at the ground. I mean, do you think they're true? The legends of Okara's awakening. To be honest, I don't really know. The elders seem certain of it. But then again, the elders were present for the last awakening. Or at least they claim they were. They were only children at the time. Every 3 generations, without fail, Ogara awakens. That is the cycle of things. Or at least that's how they say it is. To be honest, the prospect frightens me, Jirara said, crossing her arms and looking to the side a bit, as if she were beginning to feel frightened. They say that when Hokara awakens, that there's utter destruction, that entire villages disappear, lost in the wave of destruction, unable to hold on to Hokara's back. They are lost forever. What if that happens to us? What if our village just disappears? It'll never happen. I don't care if Hokara does awaken. Our village and our people aren't going anywhere. Yes, and I'm sure that all of the other disappeared villages said the same thing. I know you're strong, Delius, but weathering the awakening of Hokara, a god that stirs from its slumber once every 3 generations, devours the stars and the moons before returning to his slumber. Do you really believe that that's something that you can just Weather? No, it's something that I have no choice but to weather, Delius replied. I don't care what it costs me. When Hagara awakens, if that is to be the case, it is said that the survival of the village, of every village, is dependent on he who bears the title of the strongest. That whether his village lives or dies depends entirely on him. I knew from the beginning that our generation would be the one to see the awakening of Hagara. That is why I've spent my entire life training for it. Regardless of whether it's true or not, the possibility of such a thing happening is far too dangerous to leave to chance. We needed someone strong, and so I became as strong as I thought we needed to be, in order to ensure that our village would make it, should the things the elders speak of come to pass. And what if it doesn't? What if all of this Hagara nonsense is just that? And what if you wasted all that time and effort in getting strong for nothing? Even if Hagara is nonsense, simply a story passed down to scare the children into obedience, I still don't think that the strength that I have obtained is for nothing. Regardless of whether Hagara awakens, I still have the strength to protect the people who are important to me. I'd say that alone is worth it. I haven't wasted anything. I've developed a skill. Besides, the days of famine, in which food was in short supply, have been a distant memory since I became the strongest, haven't they? And here we have yet another beautiful meal. I'm sure this guy'll cook up nice, Delius said as he looked towards the large cat creature that he'd recently slain. Now there's some of that ego, Jirara said with a smile as she gave Delius another kiss on the cheek. I'll get some of the others to help clean this up. I'm sure it'll make a nice addition to tonight's feast. Meanwhile, you have some elders to reassure. Let's hope they're not in too much of a panic over the quakes. So you should probably get going before those old geezers throw another conniption fit. Yeah, well, I'll see you later, Jirara, Delia said as he gave Jirara a wave and began to make his way to the Grand Hut, the place where the village elders gathered in order to discuss important matters regarding the safety and security of the village. And passing through the rest of the village, all of the people there giving Delius smiles and waves, preparing for the festival to try to enjoy themselves. Delius eventually reached the Grand Hut, a very large structure in comparison to the rest of the village, carved from massive stone slabs set upon each other in a triangle-like structure with a large oval gateway allowing entry into it. The entire thing painted with the tales of this village and its history engraved upon it, all the names of the previous heroes that came before him, champions of their people, who helped guide the village through each of Hagara's awakenings. Hopefully, one day, his name would be counted amongst them, as he stopped to gaze on them for a short time before finally beginning to make his way through the archway into the structure, finding on the interior the gathered elders of the village, sitting around a fire, all with stern expressions of concern and worry. It is about time, Delius. Do you not take your duties seriously? You should come faster when we respond. When you are called, it is necessary that you act in haste. I am sorry, Elder. I was busy. A group of children were attacked by a Veramis. I, of course, dealt with it. I do find it concerning that a Veramis actually came this close to the village. Are the wards no longer working? How did it get this close? The shaking of the world is destabilizing the wards. They no longer function as they should. These shakes create breaches and gaps where large beasts such as that can slip through, one of the elders said. Nonsense! That is not the thing that we need to discuss, another of the elders shouted out. Weakening wards is not our greatest issue. The awakening of Hagar is approaching. We knew that the wards would weaken, as they did in the last time of Hagar's awakening. Delius, we have called you here because it is time to begin preparing. The frequency of the shakes is increasing too much. There is no question that Hagara will awaken soon. You are the champion of this village, the strongest that we have to offer. Very soon, you must begin the trek to gather what it is we need in order to survive the awakening of Hagara. This is a dangerous task, unlike any that you have faced. You will not come in conflict with wild beasts, or, well, you will, but they are not your primary concern. The resources that you will soon need to seek out will be in conflict. The journey to gather them alone is dangerous, but they are rare resources. Even after 3 generations, it is unlikely that the amount has increased much, and thus you will most likely come into conflict with champions from other villages who will seek these resources to save their village. It is very possible that you will have to fight the other champions as well. This is why your strength and your focus, your determination, Delia, is of paramount importance. If you fail, then our village, like so many others that have long since passed, will cease to be, will be unable to bear the awakening. Our survival depends on you. Do you feel that you are prepared for this task, Delius? The elder said, as Delius stood, as calmly as he usually did, seeming unfazed by the elder's concerns. Yes, I am prepared. I have been preparing for this my entire life. I know of the journey and the challenges, that this journey will take me beyond the protective wards, where the most fearsome creatures of our world lurk. Do not worry, elders. I will not fail us, Delia said, as he took a slight bow towards the direction of the elders, reassuring them of his devotion to his duty.